Hello everybody, welcome back to youtube.com, everybody's favorite website, if you have 1,000 subscribers or more. My name is Bumlock, and today we're going to talk about Demonology warlocks. Are they dead? Are they going to get changed in Battle for Azeroth? Do you want them to get changed? How should they get changed? We're going to talk about all of that, okay? So, Demonology is not everybody's flavor of the month right now. It seems that Affliction is pretty much king, and we are in the last phase of the expansion, I would say. I don't think they're going to release another tier, so I don't see Affliction changing much, I don't see Destruction changing much, and I don't see Demonology changing much either. But let's talk about the future, and some ideas on how they could change for the better, what would make it more interesting. Now, a few months back they had a Q&A, and I think an AMA as well, talking about they kind of accepted, Blizzard I'm talking about, kind of accepted the fact that Demonology was a failed experiment.
Right, and I think Demonology Warlock is one that we would classify as not a fully successful experiment.
It didn't really work out the way they wanted to, summoning too many demons and demonic empowerment not being very fun, but they didn't really change it this expansion, so, that's cool. They went on to say, like, it would be a cool idea if maybe, you summoned a bigger demon, and that was the idea behind a master summoner. And I've gone through the forums, and there's a lot of people giving great suggestions on how Demo would be cool again if it did this, and if this talent was different, if we had more mobility, and we'd be able to do better damages if this, that, and whatever. But I want to go a different direction, okay? And hear me out for a second. My first question is, does Warlock really need 3 different DPS specs that are all competing with each other throughout the course of an expansion? Okay, so let's look back at the beginning of Legion, and when we're going into Emerald Nightmare. Okay, Demonology I think was the best at the time. Demonology, then it was Destruction, and Affliction was at the bottom. Okay, TOV, it was Demonology, and then on Helya, Affliction started to show a little bit of promise, right? Just because there were so many ads. Then Nighthold came out, and they released Malefic Grasp for Affliction, and everybody kind of jumped ship, and it's kind of been the same ever since, more leading towards Affliction, which was the case for me as well. I played Demonology in Emerald Nightmare, a little bit of Destruction, and now I've been Affliction since then. And I don't really see myself going back. So for Battle of Azeroth, what would it take for people to play it? Obviously, numerical changes would be great if they just increased the damage of things and made it more fun to play. Probably reworked demonic empowerment to make it not so unfun, right? But here's my idea. I was talking about this on my stream, and I thought it was a really cool idea when I started thinking about it and started discussing it. And this has been touched on by many other people in the past, in previous expansions too. What if, this is not going to sound original at all, but what if Demonology was just a tank spec? Okay? What if they finally just did it? Had a caster tank class specialization. That would be kind of cool, but let's think about why it would be cool and some ideas that I had. I don't know if these ideas are somewhere else. I kind of just thought about these. Maybe someone's already come up with this full scope. I don't really know, but this was just kind of came to me. What if instead of being the master summoner of a bunch of demons, what if instead of summoning them, you absorbed them, you took them in, you sort of gained the abilities and maybe the physical form of the demons that you can control, thus giving you increased abilities. Like, let's say that you were to sacrifice or maybe absorb your Voidwalker, right? Absorb the Voidwalker, you take on a different sort of Voidwalker form, maybe with armor, something like that. Maybe a way to keep, your character, that way it can still stand out between other, tanking warlocks. And you did now just tanking abilities as this giant thing. I don't really know, hard to picture in my head. And maybe it could also be a DPS. Maybe you absorb the power of your Felguard or your Doomguard, and you can maybe branch. This is very complex, but maybe you could be like a melee warlock, doing the Felguard ability, swinging a two-handed sword, or maybe you could be the caster Doomguard. You know, you're shooting very large shadow bolts or something. You know, maybe like an AOE shadow bolt. You know, something like that. And maybe you could tank with all the. Who knows? My thought is, why not just make Demonology a tank spec, right? I think it has a lot of cool value there. It would bring a lot of value to the class itself. It would bring a lot more options to raids, because right now there's like 5 or 6 tanks, but there's no caster tanks, right? And if they're gonna make some big changes, why not do something really cool? I just really like that idea. Because if you go the route of just fixing it in terms of, you know, just straight damage, well, and they mentioned the big demons, right? Okay, well, let's think about what kind of big demons are there right now, okay? Because right now we have imps, right? We start with imps, void walkers, the succubus, we have the fellhound, right? That's just our base demons. And then it gets a little bit bigger. We have the Doomguard, the Infernal, which is like a staple. It's in the cinematic and all that stuff. Then Demonology, for a PvP talent, got the Fell Lord, which is the guy that just stands still and swings the big axe like the boss in Archway. How much bigger are the demons going to get, right? Is it going to be like Lord Jaraxxus big? He just walks out of a giant portal with hands and then onto the battlefield? That would be kind of cool. Is it going to be an imp mother that spawns from like a pool, and then she's just shooting little imps out of her belly, or, you know, whatever she does? Are you going to summon Magtheridon onto the field, and he's going to strike with his giant pole, you know? That would be kind of cool. Is that like a 2-minute cooldown? Is that a 5-minute cooldown? They have a little ways to go. My point is, if you're going to make some significant changes, do something cool. That would be awesome. I would love... I actually like tanking a lot when I'm not playing my Warlock, when I'm not doing damage. My main ult is a Death Knight, and I like to play Bled. I would love to be able to be that niche where I can be the range DPS, and then I can also tank on the same character. Never been done before. You know, I think it was like in MoP or something, there was like a talent that Demo Warlocks had that gave like more threat or something for the metamorphosis. Something like, I can't remember off the top of my head. But everyone was like, oh man, tanking Warlocks, that would be so cool, right? And then it got shut down, I think by Ghostcrawler. I was reading through the forums. I just think it would be so cool, right? Who knows if they're even going that direction? It might not even happen. We're just talking about it. Who knows? But I just imagine, you know, I summon my Voidwalker. I'm ready to do the pull. I just absorb him, and then I turn into this giant thing. You know, I'm like buff or, you know, whatever. I got void things going on. I think it'd be kind of cool. Tell me what you guys think. Let's make it happen. Who knows? Who knows what could happen? Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. This is a quick little video. Just wanted to kind of see what you guys thought about that. I'd really like to see something happen with Demo. Honestly, if it became a tank spec, I'd be so happy. That would be phenomenal. I don't really feel the need. You know, I understand that Demonology was cool in MoP, but then the Demon Hunter came out, so that kind of took that away. And Ian Hezekostas said, like, well, it wasn't, you know, it wasn't something that Warlocks owned. They borrowed it from Illidan or something, and whatever. So that's probably never going to happen again. Actually, I'm guarantee it's never going to happen again, because Demon Hunters just have that now, and they're not going to go away anytime soon. So that's going to be a thing. But maybe it's time for, you know, something to change. How cool would that be? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. The reason you haven't seen so many videos lately, I've been doing a giant push into streaming. I'm trying to do a regular schedule on that, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Twitch.tv/Bumlock_TV. Make sure you check me out there, guys. I'm going to do a little video too to kind of let you guys know when I'm live. That way some people can come and find me, ask me questions and all that. Make sure to follow me on Twitter. Link will be in the description below. But hey, let me know what you guys think. If you think this is cool, let me know what you would want Demonology to be. I'd love to hear it because I think something needs to change. Anyways, thanks guys. I'll see you next time. Peace.